Hey everyone, back again. This time I got a little comparison. So this is, the John Myung 6, and together with the Streamer Stage II from Warwick. I'm not going to talk too much, but like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to hear next. Any comparisons, any kind of tone things. So let me know. So let's just get a little bit of a playing on the John Myung. Fifth position. That's the all bridge. It's like the single coil with the hum cancel. Third position. So we're back to more of a traditional bass. This is a Warwick Streamer Stage II from the golden era of Warwick around 2001. I always keep mine split, 50-50 between the pickups. And just one thing I noticed, just picking right up, is just the neck is also a 5-string neck. It's a lot fatter of profile. So the John Myung has a really thin neck. So aside from it just being a 5-string neck, it's also a ridiculously thin 5-string neck. The Bongo has a pretty thin one. So this is a D shape, so this is a pretty fat guy, more into that P bass territory. So I'm playing with the EQ, as you know, you're not doing on the John Myung because it's static, but playing the Myung, you get used to not having the EQ, but it really helps you dial in tone. So I'll just be honest and say that, that 5-position switch is great, but it's definitely not EQ controls. So I could say honestly I'd prefer the EQ controls, but now let's try that with our second position on the Myung. Classic, really favorable tone. So let's try it. Whoops. So I'll just say, coming right back, the neck very comfortable, string spacing very tight, the things we like. It just doesn't feel as substantial as a Warwick, But again, you know what bass does. The Warwick's definitely heavier. This guy, I think, is almost 10 pounds. It was like 9.7, I think, on the scale. The Warwick is probably close to 12, 13 pounds. So that's definitely a difference. Tone is certainly not nearly as full. You don't get that ring that the brass frets on the Warwick have compared to the stainless steel frets on this one. Definitely a flatter tone overall. I mean, the no EQ does not do this bass any favors in terms of a dynamic tone. It's definitely more flat overall, less highs and valleys. You know, still a great bass, but I mean, you know, it's fine to come in second place to a classic monster like this guy in terms of thump and everything. But it does give you that more narrow kind of an audiophile reference tone, and that's in the second position. So, you know, that was the fifth position, that Musicman rear humbucker kind of tone. So that's where that bass really excels. So I'll do a little Warwick with its rear pickup. So we'll turn it all the way to the back. Now this is definitely a pure single coil, no hum canceling, but it does have the active electronics. So let's turn this guy to his front pickup. So with this guy we get a full blend knob, so we get, you know, a theoretically infinite tonal possibilities from the one knob in terms of blending the two pickups. But this guy does more with, this is again in the first pickup, first position. Definitely a lot more from our 5-way position in terms of sounding like different instruments, you know, all the way from the P bass to our Musicman bass. You know, back to our third position here, full bongo. But you know, you're definitely losing a lot by not being able to dial in tones with an EQ. So that's definitely a big, it's becoming, when you're a direct comparison to other basses, it's becoming a big drawback for the Musicman. Also, another great feature that this bass has is, you know, a push-pull for passive tones, so with no EQ. Reminds me of my first Corvette, which was passive. It was also my first Warwick, so. You know, you're definitely losing a whole lot when you're not including a push-pull passive along with any kind of EQ tone controls. Overall, the sound's just generally flat, like a reference kind of headphone. So the bass, while it gives you a lot of opportunities for different instrumentational tones with the 5-way switch, they're really taking a lot out by not having those, those tone controls or the push-pull passive. Like, that's kind of a standard equipment on any kind of active Warwick, from your cheapest Corvette with a preamp is still giving you 3 or 2 tone knobs, in some 2 EQ controls in some case, and a blend on the pot. So the John Myung bass is unique in that regard, but perhaps it's not for the best. So if you like this video, let me know what other things you'd like me to compare. And I got this guy, and I got the Myung, and I got a few more, and maybe something more in the family for a comparison in the next one. So like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. Thanks.